Hello guys, and welcome back to episode number 2 of my Road to Rank 1 Hardcore Ironman on Runescape 3. As you can see, I've done a little bit more mining and smithing. I've got more smithing to do, but I'm going to do that probably between this episode. But I have got more smithing to do. It's quite long actually after the smithing rework. It takes quite a long time to do, or perhaps I'm not doing it quite right, I'm not sure. But I wanted to start out this episode, as I mentioned at the end of last episode, with some fishing and cooking. Now I want to get a bit of food, and then my aim is to do some easy quests, as when you're an Ironman, it's really useful to do quests, especially early on, because they slowly get your levels up overall. So the first quest I plan on doing is the Blood Pact, as you start it just over here. You can see on my mini-map in Lumbridge, so that's ideal. So what I'm going to do is just head over here behind the church to catch some crayfish. I'm going to catch a whole inventory of them. Now we should have a crayfish cage already. That's something that comes in your tool belt when you start. Yep, there we go. And I believe, yeah, 10 experience per one. So what I'm going to do is catch a full inventory here, and then if you can see on my mini-map here, maybe I can turn it, just about this building just here. Oh yeah, there we go, this building just here, there's a cooking range in there. So what I'm going to do is catch a full inventory. I'll head over there and cook them. I will burn some, but that's fine because I'll need some inventory space for the quest. And then the quest, you start just over here. I've had this pop up on my screen since we've started to do it. The Lumbridge graveyard's here, that's where you start it. Talk to the woman in there. There she is, I can't pronounce her name. But yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to record it as a guide as well. I think because this is the beginner quest, it'll be pretty straightforward. I think it kind of talks you through doing the quest. But just in case anyone's unsure, I'll be recording a quest guide for it anyway. So if you are interested in that, I will leave a link down below this episode of the progress video, the Road to Rank 1 Hardcore Ironman, and you guys can play along with that one. And we'll do some more quests after that. So I will see you back once I've completed that quest, and we'll get on to our next one. So see you in a minute. Okay guys, that is the Blood Pact complete, as you can see. And the reward for the quest, I'm now level 2 in all my combat stats, which has got me up to combat level 4, which is really good. Obviously getting an extra level in all of these has really helped my total level, so that's good for us. The next quest I'm now going to do is Cook's Assistant. Oops, let me get rid of this. Keeps wanting me to go to Varrock. I don't want to go to Varrock. So the requirements are a pot and a bucket, but you can grab those on the way. And the rewards are 1 quest point for Ender Cooking XP, 500 coins, that would be really useful for us, 20 sardines, and access to the cook's range. So to start the quest, it's just up here inside the castle, inside Lumbridge Castle, so just here is where you start the quest. I'm going to do a quest guide for this one as well, so again, if you're interested in this quest, please check the link down below, and that will take you straight to my quest guide. So I'll see you once we've completed this quest. Okay guys, I've just finished that. Just finished Cook's Assistant. I've got my 20 sardine, and that got me up to 9 cooking, which is really good. Guys, sorry about that last clip, something went wrong with my recording. I'll leave it in. It was only ended up being a couple of seconds, so you'll see some of my stats have changed. All that happened in that last clip is I completed Cook's Assistant. There will be a guide to it on my channel if you need help with it. It's a very quick quest, it's a good one to get out of the way, good for some early cooking levels. What I then did was I carried on fishing crayfish behind the castle, behind the church, sorry, in Lumbridge, where we were. And then once I got to 10, at 10 fishing, you can fish both sardines and herring. I believe sardines are at 5 fishing and herring is at 10 fishing, but you need bait for that. So what I did is I went to the fishing shop just here in Lumbridge. I'll bring it up as well on the map. So here's the mini map. So this is Lumbridge Castle. So this is where we were fishing behind here, and I was cooking everything just here. There's a range there. What I then did was you just go down here. The fishing shop is this one here. I'm just smithing some bars at the moment from some mining I did. So I bought some bait and some feathers from here. I then went west to Draenor Village, activated the lodestone. It's very important whenever you visit somewhere new to make sure you activate the lodestone, that way you can get there nice and quickly in the future. So I head across, over here is where I can bait fish, so I did that and I banked all my fish. And then once I got to 20 fishing, which is where I am now, I came back and I cooked it. There's a range here and a bank on the top floor, so it's really easy. You have to complete Cook's Assistant to use the range here though. So I just did that. I cooked all the fish I had, which got me up to 25 cooking. So now what I can do with 20 fishing and 25 cooking is I can catch and fish trout, which require feathers, which I also bought in that fishing shop, and that's what I'm going to be doing next when I run out of food. So I've got a nice little supply of food. As you can see from my mining level, I did a bit more mining. That was while I was editing a video, because it's pretty AFK now after the rework. You just have to watch for the rock opportunities when they come up. That's when the rock glows, because they're really, really handy to get. So yeah, that was what I did. I'm now just trying to get 30 smithing so that I can make myself a mithril pickaxe. After the rework, it's really good now. They've made the levels the same as what you need to use the items. So for example, before you need 30 attack, for example, to use a mithril weapon. However, before the rework, rather than needing 30 mining to mine some mithril ore, you in fact needed, I think it was 50. And then to smith, for example, a mithril dagger was 50 smithing, but if you wanted to smith a mithril two-handed sword, I think it was like 58 or something, so it was well out of proportion. It didn't really make sense. But now after the rework, everything is the same level. I think that's really, really good, and it's really helpful for an Ironman account, particularly a hardcore one that doesn't want to die, because that way you can always have the best gear without having to sort of ridiculously, you know, train up one or two skills higher than the others. So I think what I'm going to do, I've got a set of bronze, which you've seen before, in my bank. I've got a set of iron in my bank, and I've just finished making a set of steel in my bank. I think once I finish smelting the ore I've got, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a little bit of training on some animals, probably some chickens in the pen or some cows in Lumbridge. They're just over the other side of the river here. That's a pretty safe. They shouldn't attack me and kill me too much, so I won't use much food for that. And I'm just going to get all my attack, strength and defense up together. That will get my constitution up, and that way I'll be in a much safer position then to do some more quests. I think next episode I will dedicate to doing a few more of the easy quests, so I'll get these up. I'll probably get them up to 20 so I can use the steel. I'll get my prayer up as I go. I'll be able to bury some of the bones from things I kill. So before we end off this episode, I'm just going to have a quick look at the high scores to see where I sit, because that is obviously the point of this series, to get to rank 1. So bear with me one moment. I'm going to have a check, see where I am. Okay guys, I've just had a look at the official high scores. I'm 47,000. So that's great progress from the last time. Doing the quests this episode really helped, because obviously I've got a lot of extra levels from here. But yeah, to jump from, I think I was like 90,000th to 47,000th is a huge jump. So that's really helped us out. So I'm going to do a little bit of that off-camera work that I said before. and I will see you guys in the next episode. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in a bit.